I'm gonna give all of you a little story. So one of the biggest reasons why I am the way I am, and I've never told anybody this, a large catalyst to the way that I think, a large catalyst to the way that I live, a large catalyst to the way that I believe things to be true or not, was formed through certain scars, issues, or trauma. Okay, now I'm not one of those sympathy losers who scream and go, oh, ooh, look at me, I'm some broken motherfucker. No. I'll tell you a story. When I was 18, my parents got a divorce. Maybe it was 17. I was 17, 18. I remember we just moved into this brand new house. My dad worked his whole life for this house. So this was your typical story of man works for everything his whole life and gets everything taken away. So my dad worked his way up, you know, from not making very much money to putting time in his career for 30 years. We moved into a 7,000 or 8,000 square foot house. It was great. The whole family dynamic goes to hell. And I remember this, we move into this house and I'm laying in bed and my room was right below my parents. So like I'm in the basement, I got this big brand new bed, big brand new room. It was right outside to the water. It had water access. Everything was really cool and it seemed really awesome and it seemed really plush. And it was great and everything felt amazing and everything felt fine. And I remember every morning I could just hear them fight. Right, so like I never had to set an alarm clock. Like my whole life was this, from ages 13 until 18. I very rarely ever got to sleep in. Like when I tell you, here's how it was parents fighting until midnight every single night. Fuck this, fuck that, you stupid bitch. Then it's the mom yelling, fuck you, you motherfucker, asshole. That's what I grew up in my whole life. Okay, so that's how that was. And then instantly it would start by 6 a.m. So imagine getting like 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep max your whole life for 5 years in a row. So it's literally like living in a war zone. So that's what I dealt with. So then that was my life. So we move into this house. My mom obviously pulls away. You guys know how divorce laws work. My dad's trying to win her back. Everything goes to hell. Okay, and he loses everything. And I remember laying in that bed and I remember just my whole feeling of security and my whole feeling of comfort being stripped away from me. Because like I'm a kid fresh out of high school. And like if you guys know what I looked like when I was younger, I was like 130 pounds. I had no skills. And yeah, it was really painful. So I'm laying in bed every single day and I'm sitting there thinking like, how are you going to afford anything? You can't live in this environment. You're going to have to move out. This is really bad. You're not very good at school. You don't have any skills. Your money is low, you don't have a network, you don't have any friends to like back you up on this journey, you have no one in your corner. And like the feeling of, you know, I'm not going to be able to live here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have anything. That's how I felt. So a large reason how I got to where I am, like how did I buy a Ferrari by age like 27? How did I save like money? How did I learn how to get good with women? How did I build this YouTube channel? I did it by working. Now I'm going to tell you some of the things I learned. Today there's 10 things that I believe men must stop doing. And I'm going to explain why you need to stop doing them. And then I'm going to show you how this is going to benefit your life. So the first thing is any sort of TV or video games. If you're sitting passive, you're becoming a weak motherfucker. Like that's what you have to know. You're sitting there becoming weak. You're sitting there becoming passive. You're sitting there like staring at pixels on a screen. If you remove those pixels from the screen, you're staring at paint drying on the wall. So that's first. Like I haven't watched TV in like, man, I probably haven't watched TV in 10 years. Doesn't even hold my attention. Video games don't hold my attention. So everybody wants like to be successful. No one wants to know what it takes and no one wants to do what it takes. So like if you want to make like 8 to 10x per month what most people do per month, or if you want to make 8 to 10x per year what most men do per year, you're gonna have to live 8 to 10x times different. I used to think that the way that I thought like was so drastically different from all my friends. I used to think that I was so different, but the truth is that I wasn't. I just needed to be around the right people. And that's why I finally put together Headman Nation and I finally released this so that way we as men can actually come together with the same habits, mindset, patterns, path, purpose, all of those things that matter. We come together and actually be stronger together. And that's what people don't like to understand. Like that's the thing is like if a lot of you guys met me in real life, you'd look at me and you go, oh, so this is how you are. And you'd be like, whoa, you're not the Casey who I thought you were on camera. Because you're gonna see that success habits are very boring. Even getting good at talking to girls It's very repetitive. It's boring. Like eventually you just know what to do. You know how to carry the interaction. You know how to make her laugh. You know how to not over pursue. You know how to have enough value and attraction mechanisms working in your favor where you know she's going to try to keep coming back to you. Everything is very routine as a man if you want to get ahead in life. So that's first. If you don't watch TV or play video games, you're naturally going to go put your time elsewhere. So that's number one. It's huge. It's a total waste of time. It sucks the life out of you. It's soul crushing. Do not do it. So number two, the second thing that I stopped doing was listening to music. So this is huge because what you're going to hear in music, like you have thought patterns. So what you're going to constantly hear is party, 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 party. Drugs, 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 drugs. Weed, 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 weed. Alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. Strippers, 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 strippers. Fuck that bitch, do this. Okay, that's the music. And then, let's say you switch genres. You want to go country? Oh, heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak. And you're going to think about your ex 24/7. Every song tells a story. Stories, especially through emotion, that right there is a demon's playground. That right there is how you go down a rabbit hole you don't want to be in. So I stopped listening to music. It makes you get way further ahead in life. Number three, comparing themselves to men on social media. Okay, I've met these guys in real life. I've met guys with 1 million followers. I've met guys who have big channels. I've met guys who have big followings. Majority of these guys are boring as shit. They're so boring. I've met these guys that are super boring because all they know how to do is perception through the lens. So you look at that guy and you go, oh, what a cool lifestyle. That guy goes around and says, oh, I'm gonna pose like this and do this and try to look cool. And even if the girls comment, you know, heart eyes, fire emoji, heart eyes, you gotta understand this. If majority of women met those guys, they, beyond the surface level, they wouldn't be able to maintain any sort of attachment with those women. A lot of these guys don't have very much skill sets or competency. Like you can't compare yourself to these guys that you see on social media, and most of them are not nearly as rich as you think they are. Most of them know how to put on a front where you're like, oh my God, look how glamorous it is. It's not. A lot of it is painted perception. So that's number three. Number four, the fourth thing all guys have to stop doing is relying on their parents. You do not want to rely on your parents for anything, and there's a biggest reason for this. Majority of you, if you all live happy and healthy lives, majority of you, your parents are going to die before you, which means you are not going to have them regardless because they will get old quicker, which means you need to be self-sufficient. So when you become strong, you become someone your siblings can rely on, your friends can rely on, a woman can rely on. You belong to a mindset and a pattern and a belief of being self-sufficient, and there's some serious resiliency that comes with that. You tell yourself, come hell or high water, nothing's going to happen to me because I'm strong. So relying on your parents, there are so many kids I've met, so many guys I've met, they're 20, 21, 22, 23, their parents still pay for their rent, their parents still pay for their fucking insurance, their car payments. It's like, this is fucking humiliating. You're a grown-ass man, and you're telling mommy and daddy, and you're a quarter century old, you're 25 years old, and you're asking for your phone bill paid. You know, a lot of these guys too, like, they don't have any competency to decide for themselves, like, if it's even smart for them to go to school or not, like, to really take a step back and go, you know, should I take out those $100,000 in loans and cock off at the fraternity, or should I maybe pocket that money and do something smart? They don't even ask themselves shit like that. So it's like, they are so just, mom and dad tell them what to do, they say yes. Their teachers tell them what to do, they say yes. Their friends tell them what to do, they say okay. They're yes men. You do not want to be that. Relying on your parents makes you weak, especially as you get older. 18, 19, maybe even 20, okay, sure. But learn how to leave the nest. Number five, giving women free attention on social media. I see this all the time. You'll have a girl who posts a photo of her ass and 30,000 guys like it. Like, what the fuck are you following her for? What are you liking that for? Because you want to look like one of the 30,000 thirsty men? What are you doing? It looks stupid. It looks so dumb. Like, just quit. You know it looks so stupid. You know it looks so stupid. But you keep doing it anyways. And day by day, your soul dies a little bit inside when you do that. It really does. Your soul dies when you keep liking her photos. Just remember that. Number six. The sixth thing. Okay, so this is important because number 6 through number 9. These are going to be mindset beliefs you have to break in order to be successful. So Number 6, the sixth thing that all men have to stop doing is finding reasons why you're not successful. So most guys have an impoverished identity. Okay, see, this is why inside of Headman Nation, the community where men are coming together that I just built, when you go into the Freedom Academy and you start to actually learn how to build your own business and build things for yourself that stand the test of time, because that's the thing I've always teach. I don't teach bullshit new trends. I don't know anything about Amazon. I don't know jack shit about crypto. I don't know jack shit about this and that and this new thing and that new thing. I know hard-nosed business. That's what I've always known. I know how to put something in front of people where it solves a problem. When you operate on that edge, or when you operate on that playing field, if you will, you have raw talent. So the sixth thing that men need to stop doing is they need to stop finding reasons why you're not successful, because anybody can be successful because you've been through things in life and you've overcame your own pains. If you've overcame your own pains for yourself, you can help someone do that in anything, in any industry. So guys will tell themselves, well, you know, I can't get success because I'm not tall enough. I can't get success with women because I'm not good looking enough. I can't get success with women because I don't make enough money. I can't be successful at my corporate environment and ask for a raise because I'm shy. You will always find a reason to not be successful, because there's going to be always somebody better off than you in some aspect. You know, if a woman has Christian Grey, there might be a chance that if Christian Grey takes her to a professional basketball game, she's looking at that guy in the court wondering, what would it be like? What would it be like to be with a guy who's 6'9"? You're not going to satisfy everything for everybody. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You're not going to be successful at everything. So finding reasons why you're not successful, it's bullshit. You can be successful and you can overcome anything if you keep your mind to it. So that's number 6. Number 7, the seventh thing that men have to stop doing. They have to stop you have to stop telling yourself that something is broken with you. So this is what guys do. They have what I call an impoverished identity. So I used to live this way. I'd wake up and I'd say, you know, there's just something off about me. I talk different, or I think different. Or there's guys who, you know, I was guilty of this. I'd look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I only weigh 130 pounds. Like, I'm way too skinny. I could never protect myself, you know, a woman. How's a woman going to feel safe with me? I don't even feel safe with me. You know, that's how I felt when I was younger. But telling yourself something's broken with you or something's wrong with you, oh, I'm introverted. Right? That's a negative you're going to say. Well, no, it's not a negative, because if a guy's extroverted, you can say, oh, he's an extrovert. He can't maintain focus. He can't be alone. Everything has pros and cons. So stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself that something is broken with you. Nothing's broken with you. You are exactly how God made you. There ain't no fucking changing that. You are how God made you. You can try all you want to change it. You ain't gonna. There is no change. You have to step into who you are. You have to go the full way. You step into that identity of who you are and how you were built. That is attractive to women. So, number 8, thinking you can be born into success. I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no such thing as being born into success, and here's what I mean. You might think there is. You might look at some guy on the internet, or you might look at someone and you say, man, they were born into success. They were born into a rich family. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they have external success. Maybe they have external riches. That does not make a man successful. A man is only successful when he is self-made and he has overcame hardship. So let's say you compare yourself to some trust fund billionaire that's out there. I'm sure there is. I don't know any off the top of my head, but let's say you know one, okay? And you tell yourself, you know, you're not born into the right circumstance or from the right family, therefore you can't maintain success. That guy going to bed every night who was born into that trust fund, rest assured he does not feel successful, because he knows damn well if shit hit the fan and he didn't have his bag of goods, his money, he knows that he has no skills. Men know on a deep down intrinsic level that everything is skill based and you have to forge your own competency. Men know that. So the only way you do that is through pain, struggle, hardship, and suffering. And then when you overcome that, you get smarter. You go, oh wow, I learned what not to do. Oh, look at that, I'm not a dumb fuck. Oh wow, yeah, I failed in the past, but now look, I overcame that, and I'm still here. So what is success as a man? Success is competency, forging dedication, understanding that motivation doesn't mean anything, because some days you're not going to be motivated. In fact, I don't think I've been motivated to do anything for 15 years. I just fucking do it. I make no excuses, and I just do what's required. And then a large thing is just understanding that in due time, as you overcome obstacles, you will be successful. Because then when you go to bed at night and you feel like you've accomplished something and overcame something, that's where true confidence is built. I promise you that. So number 9, thinking success is hard. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Success is whatever you tell yourself it is. If you tell yourself success is easy, you're going to wake up every day and you're going to say success is so easy. If you tell yourself success is hard, then success is going to be hard. If you tell yourself success is scary, success is going to be scary. But if you tell yourself, you know what, I can build that business, I can approach that cute girl, I can talk to her, I can have a relationship, and it's effortless and it's easy and everything comes easy to me. If you tell yourself that, if you wake up and you tell yourself, I am the golden boy, you will become the golden boy. That's how life works. You are what you tell yourself you are. If you tell yourself you're shy and introverted, that's going to show up in your behavior. You tell yourself you're extroverted and you're charismatic and you're the life of a party, rest assured, that's going to show up in your behavior. You are what you tell yourself you are. Period. So, number 10, finding reasons not to talk to her. So, I'm going to give you an example. When I built Headman Nation this past month, which is our community, our movement for men gaining the leverage back in the dating game, men actually coming together. You see, what this is, when you actually become powerful in a group of men who all think the same, this is no longer about not giving her attention. This is about stealing the attention away. You are the golden boy. You are the star boy. The attention needs to be on you. When I built this, I started to understand, I started to see that men always have an impoverished identity. You always think that something's wrong with you. You always find a reason not to talk to her. So what I did was I overcame some of those beliefs, and then I broke down a brand new step-by-step process called the language of women. And as I started building this, I started to separate everything into front-end game. How do you attract the woman on the front end? How do you run middle game, which I call mid game? How do you actually carry the first 1 to 3 dates? And then how do you do back end game? Back end meaning long-term relationships. The problem is men don't know what goes where and how to act in each stage. So I started to break that down. And then as I started to do that, I realized, hey, there's always a reason to talk to her because you as a man have value. You as a man have value when you step into who you are. So that's how I came to discover a lot of these things. A lot of my issues in life that I had to experience as a young man, as I overcame them, whether it be my parents' divorce, whether it be things not working out with girls in the past, whether it be failed relationships, whether it be approaching girls and then saying the wrong thing. As soon as you do that and you figure out what not to do, you become smarter. Okay, so keep that in mind. All of this ties together, but these are the 10 things men seriously need to stop doing. If you stop doing these, your life is going to get way better, and I promise you that.